Hello, this is 100% Sid, and I got some requests from my cousins to do some Star Wars origami, which is pretty cool. And so this is for Nick Corso, and I'm sorry I didn't get to see you before you left, but I hope that you had fun here in Clayton. Today we're going to be making the Millennium Falcon, which is pretty cool, and it's a spaceship that is used in Star Wars. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 8.5 inches long. That's about 21.5 by 21.5 centimeters. So it has to be a square piece of paper, or else the bases won't work, and you'll have a very sad looking Millennium Falcon. So first we want to fold it in half diagonally. And I want to do the same thing on the other side. So now you should have a piece of paper that has a crease going diagonally this way and a crease going diagonally this way. So now we're going to fold it in half this way. And then turn it around and fold it in half again. So really what we did is we folded in half any way that you can fold in half. We did diagonally and vertically and horizontally. So now we're going to make a square base, which is also sometimes called a preliminary base. So what we want to do is we want to keep it so that it's in a diamond shape, and then fold it in half this way. But remember to keep it in a diamond shape. And now see this crease right here? You want to reverse that crease so that you end up with something that looks kind of like that. So now we want to do the same thing to the other side. So we want to squish that down. And now reverse the crease. So now we have a square base, which is also sometimes called a preliminary base. I know in this book it's called a preliminary base. So now we have the square base. So now we're going to go ahead and do the bird base, which basically what we need to do is we need to do 2 petal folds. So what you need to do petal fold is take this flap right here and then line up this edge to the center crease. Just like that. And now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So put this crease into the center fold. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the petal fold. So we're going to open up these creases and lift up this flap right here. And then we're going to reverse these creases. So that crease right there, we're going to fold it in on itself. And do the same thing to the other side. And then fold the whole thing up. Now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. So flip it over, fold this edge into the center, fold the other edge into the center, open it up, take this layer, fold it up. Now we want to reverse those folds. Do the same thing to the other side. And then fold it up. So now we have what is called a bird base. We have 2 flaps that are fused on the top and 2 that are open on the bottom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this flap and fold it all the way down to the bottom. And then flip it over and do the exact same thing. So now we have a kite shape. Now we're going to take this triangle right here and fold it down right on that crease. And then flip it over and reverse the fold. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this triangle into thirds. So what that means is we're going to fold this into the middle and fold, and then make it so that these two folds meet. So now we have something like this. Then we're going to fold this back down so that these two folds meet, and then reverse this crease right here. So now we have a kite shape, and then this that has been accordion folded. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unfold this and this too, and then we're going to take this and then do it right in line with that fold right here. So now we have a triangle that's a little bit off with the rest of this. We're going to fold it over and do the exact same thing. So now we're going to unfold this and then fold it down. And basically we're just going to unfold this. So now we have a nice set of creases. So now we're going to do what is called a sync fold. This is probably one of the harder folds in making the Millennium Falcon. So what you do is you kind of open this up and then use this crease right here to push that down. And then make sure that it's still working. And then now it should look a lot like a diamond, which is kind of pretty. So now we're going to do a valley fold. So what that means is that we're going to take this and we're going to do it on this existing fold right here. Fold it up and do the same thing. So really we just repeated the bird base, only with these creases and a sync fold up at the top. So now we're going to take this layer right here and fold it, actually this one, sorry, and we're going to fold this to the right. And this might be a little tough to do because that sync fold, if it didn't hit just right, be a little tough. So fold this over to the right, make sure that that is smoothed down, flip it over, and then fold this over to the right. So now we have something that has these two flaps in the front and then a diamond shape down at the bottom. So now we're going to take these two triangles, move them out a little bit so that they are a little bit more out. This is going to be the front two kind of flattened prongs that will make the front of our Millennium Falcon. It's a little tricky here. It's kind of a pivot fold kind of thing, if you know what that is. And then we're going to fold this down so that it meets that edge. Do the same thing this side. Now we're going to do something like the petal fold earlier. We're going to unfold this, open this up, then use those creases to fold this down and close it. Now it's starting to kind of look like the Millennium Falcon. Do the same thing to the other side. Yay! So now we're going to take this edge and we're going to fold it so that it meets this edge. It's going to be a little tricky, but you can get it right there. And then crease it really good because we're going to need that crease. then you're going to unfold it. So now we're going to make sure that we have a nice crease there. And now we're going to do a rabbit's ear. So I'm going to take this and bring this over to meet it. Crease this right here and then fold it over. So now you should have something that has these two front prongs and then this kind of thing over here and then a mountain crease inside. So now we're going to take this right here, these little prongs, and just add depth to our spaceship by folding these in and then letting them kind of fall out where they do. Now you might want to leave them in to get a more geometrical shape to it, but I think that leaving them out helps with making it look realistic. So now we're going to kind of reverse fold this. So I'm going to fold it like this and then fold it out to here. This is the main gun for the Millennium Falcon, that kind of prong that sticks out. And then we're going to fold the very tip down into it so that it has a little squareness to it. So now we're going to take this little flap here and fold it all the way, not that far, all the way up here. Actually, you can go all the way up if you want to. And then fold this back so that it meets there. And then fold this so that it meets the top. Pretty simple. And then take this and just have it meet back there. Just put it underneath that tab. That's right there. And if you want to, this is usually what I like to do. I like to do a little bit shallower so that that tab fits in just right. It also helps it look more like a spaceship. So now we're almost done. We just want to fold this in and fold this in, and now you have a spaceship. Pretty cool. Now the very last step, if you want to keep on doing this so that it looks more like this, is you take this right here and then you reverse fold it in. This will help it look more like one piece. And then if the tab falls out, which happens, you just tuck it back in. So now you have a completed Millennium Falcon, and I have two. So I hope that you enjoyed making the Millennium Falcon, and I'll have more videos coming soon.